Thank you, Presiding Officer. I welcome the opportunity to speak in this debate, and I appreciate what Maggie Chapman has outlined in her opening of examples of what people face, including GP appointments or health appointments, for example. Scotland is pursuing its ambition to be a good global citizen by hosting vulnerable people who have fled war and persecution in adherence to the UN Refugee Convention and the European Convention on Human Rights. All levels of government do need to work together and provide tangible improvements for refugees and people seeking asylum in the UK. And the Scottish Government, unlike the UK Government, has demonstrated this. We do need to build consensus. Presiding Officer, faced with renewed austerity and brutal Westminster cuts to public services, the Scottish Government is having to make very difficult decisions to deliver a balanced and sustainable spending plan for the 2024-2025 financial year. As a result of being forced to make £500 million of direct cuts, Scottish ministers found that it would be unaffordable to progress pilot and free bus travel for asylum seekers in Scotland at this time. That doesn't mean to say they don't want to do it, it's just at the moment that's not possible. The Cabinet Secretary mentioned that many people seeking asylum in Scotland, including those under 22 and over 60 years of age, as well as those with disabilities, are already eligible. And indeed, I don't think there's time, actually, I'm sorry. So there are people that are already eligible and indeed in receipt of free bus travel through national concessionary travel schemes. And I encourage any person in Scotland seeking asylum to ensure they submit their claim. In addition, the Scottish Government is supporting people by seeking asylum through the new Scots Refugee Integration Strategy. The Scottish Government is working collaboratively with partners, including local government and the Scottish Refugee Council. The new Scots Strategy Delivery Plan outlines specific actions that partners will take and when they will be undertaken, with the aim of ensuring that new Scots live in safe, welcoming and inclusive communities, are able to access well-coordinated services and understand their rights, responsibilities and entitlements in Scotland. Guided by the principles of strategy, the communities across Scotland are already providing support to refugees and asylum seekers so that they can rebuild their lives and actively participate in society. This is happening well in Dumfries and Galloway, where the local authority has coordinated a refugee support network comprising of local people who have stepped up to offer support, clothing and help to refugees in the area. Presiding Officer, as migration and refugee policy is reserved to Westminster, I think it is important to point out the Westminster Government's failings when it comes to their legal obligation in relation to refugees. Asylum seekers, refugees and immigrants are being shamefully demonised to mask Westminster failings, and causing division between different vulnerable people is absolutely deplorable and should be called out. It is time for the UK Government to step up, get rid of the legacy of the Tories' hostile environment and hostile immigration policies, and support those who come to Scotland and contribute to our society. One of the practical ways that this could happen is by allowing asylum seekers to work and contribute to society so that they have meaningful activity. The Scottish Government will always do its best with the powers that it has, but they are simply not a substitute for independence and for determining our own policy in relation to migration and asylum. With powers of independence, Scotland can finally deliver a fairer asylum and migration system that meets our values and needs as a progressive, forward-thinking nation. In closing, Presiding Officer, I think having independent, progressive policies in this place is what we need to do for all of our vulnerable people. Thank you.